Hello, I am your host, Shea Queen of the Concrete Rose Podcast. Tonight's episode is a serious one. We're discussing the case involving Karmelo Anthony as the trial is quickly approaching. I want to be clear. This conversation is based on publicly available information, and everything discussed is alleged unless proven in court. The goal of this platform is awareness, perspective, and real conversations, not to defame or harm anyone involved. With that being said, let's get into what we know so far, what's being said, and what to expect as the case moves forward. Today, I have a guest with me, and I would like for you to introduce yourself.
Hello, y'all. I am Demasha K or Zip, whichever one y'all want to call me. I have a show, Zip Mouth Motivation, that focuses on businesses, business owners, motivational stories, and change.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Lovey. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. It's just been on my mind to do this interview about Carmelo Anthony because I just been thinking about him because it's just been so much going on with this situation. Um, the judge done tighten up the media access to his trial, that the upcoming trial that'll be coming up June the 1st. So if you don't know about the situation, Carmelo was a 17-year-old at the time of the stabbing of Anthony Metcalf at a stadium in Frisco. So with the situation that happened, supposedly the allegedly Anthony and his brother was trying to get Carmelo to come from under the tent, and he put hands on him. And as he put hands on him, Carmelo stabbed him.
I think that um, I think that there's some missing pieces to this case. Like I really think that there are some missing pieces to this case. I think that there's some things that are not being said. I don't want to assume that it's another like white against black, situation or whatever. I don't want to assume that because I want to be clear about what happened, but I do feel like there are some missing pieces to this case. Because when you really think about it, like who, well, I mean, some people would, but as a child, who is just gonna, you know what I'm saying, like stab you? So what was happening before that?
That's what I want to know because this was a good student. Yeah, Carmelo was a straight A student, and this is just Anthony. Yeah, because he's being charged. They're gonna try him as an adult. He was 17 at the time when it happened, but now he's 18.
Mm-hmm.
On April the 2nd of 2025, two students got into an altercation in the bleachers of a stadium in Frisco. After a brief exchange, Memorial School athlete Austin Midclaff allegedly pushed uh, Continental High School athlete Carmelo Anthony. Anthony then stabbed him in the chest. Anthony is charged with first degree murder in Metcalf's death, with the trial set for June the 1st in Collin County. Anthony has been on house arrest since for nearly a year. If convicted, Anthony could face a possible sentence of 5 to 99 years or life in prison. In this Texas criminal justice system, 17-year-olds are considered adults.
So I wonder if they are going to they trying him as an adult, but I see right here where it says it was self-defense. So what got him to this point to indict him and to try him as an adult?
Well, he's saying it's self-defense, but they're gonna have to prove that that was self-defense. Because when it comes to self-defense is more so like somebody push you. It's That's too much of of a defense to stab them, you know.
I don't know if something was happening before that. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was some kind of like bullying or something going on before that. Sometime because I can't really say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you get fed up with people, you get fed up with situations. Even if somebody not putting their hands on you, but they constantly like attacking you on some crazy stuff. So you be feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So for whatever reason, he felt the need to defend himself in that way.
Well, they were saying that the two went to two different high schools. Based on police report, witnesses, and statement, legal representative Carmelo Anthony and Austin did not know each other
Mhm.
prior to the fatal stabbing at a Frisco ISD track meet.
Mhm.
They had no prior connection.
Yeah, I remember when the case first happened, and I remember they was like a lot of people was on his side, and then something happened as far as money go. You know how people is when money get involved. They be trying to read too deep into stuff, or they just be, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I guess with his GoFundMe, people was saying that the parents was taking money and he really did do this, and so on and so on and so on. But how many witnesses was it? You know what I'm saying? Like how many witnesses and what really happened, and somebody could push you and they could push you hard enough where you feel like you have to, you know what I'm saying, or you feel like you're afraid for your life. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Somebody push me, I might feel some type of way too.
Yeah.
Would I go to that extreme? I don't know. Because something just recently happened where I stay, like where a dude ended up um he ended up unaliving a lady because she wouldn't get out the street.
Wow. But it's a lot of
So and
misinformation.
then yeah. Yeah, I see they got a gag order because they trying to keep the publicity out of it. But I'm trying to figure out what that's for too. Because why you don't want people to know what happened?
When it comes to that, I feel like um I feel like they trying to. I don't think that it's gonna turn out in the favor of what we think it's gonna be. And I feel like they just trying to put that in place because they don't want it to be a riot or anything like that. Because if you see on social media, you got a lot of people that was already, you know, it's a kid situation. It's no color thing, but you got this race of people coming against that race of people. And I'm like, they turning this into a race war when it has nothing to do with it. It was just two young students, two high school students. It had nothing to do with race, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I
But
said I ain't want it to seem like, like I ain't want it to be like all about race. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, is it? Because now it's the gag order. He said it was self defense. It really wasn't no witnesses to witness what was said or what was even really done, except for some, some kids or whatever. And then um we went from he innocent, it was self defense, to now he's being charged as an adult. And then we got a gag order due to the public attention and discussions around it. So that's the only thing that made me feel like, oh well, what y'all trying to hide? Because why we got a gag order?
yeah, and this boy had no prior criminal history.
And that's the other thing too. He don't have a criminal history. He, like he's never been in trouble before. So if he's never been in trouble before, then what's you know I don't know. I just feel like it's some stuff missing that's not being said. They may not have known each other, like went to school together, but I don't know. I ran track before. You run track with the same people.
During the argument,
You can turn it off.
Anthony allegedly said, "Touch me and see what happens," while reaching his hand into his backpack. Metcalf then pushed Anthony on the bleachers they were on. In response, he allegedly said, "Punch me and see what happens," to which Metcalf pushed him. In response, Anthony pulled out a black knife from the backpack and stabbed Metcalf once in his chest, before running away. Another witness in the Frisco police arrest report stated Austin and Anthony went back and forth, and then Austin stood up and pushed Anthony to get him out of the tent. Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. It was something before. This ain't the first encounter. You know what I'm saying? It's not the first encounter. They might try to act like it is, but it ain't the first encounter. They just ain't saying too much about it. It was something else that happened before that. You know what I'm saying? To make him feel so defensive. Because you're talking about a well behaved student, talk about a good, like he's not a person that even get in trouble in school. So something happened before that. And they just not mentioning it.
Anthony quickly surrendered to police, according to a responding officer. Anthony first said, I was protecting myself and was emotional and crying historically after he was arrested. The officer then communicated to the others that he had Anthony in custody, to which he responded, I'm not alleged, I did it. As he was being escorted to the police car, Anthony reportedly said, he put his hands on me. I told him not to. While he was sitting in the back seat of the police car, he asked if the guy was gonna be okay, and asked the
Mhm.
officer if he did, could it be considered self-defense?
I don't know. Officers be lying. They be lying. Like they just be making stuff up.
But
Everybody
this is
understands that.
allegedly what he said when they
That's why I
arrested
said.
him.
That's why I said you just never know. You never know. Nobody gonna get the real truth of what really happened because sometimes people just be making stuff up. People hear you say one thing to somebody and they hear it another way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is allegedly what the police got he got his camp recorder going and everything. So this is allegedly what he said to him as he picked him up. So I don't know. I just got a funny feeling about June the 1st. Like I feel like they finna try to throw the book at him because of the strict rules that they got in place.
Yeah. I mean, of course they are. They're gonna try to do whatever they can try to do to him because they want to, like I feel like he's an example though.
I'm
Because
just
there have been plenty of people who have done stuff, where somebody has done something like push somebody and they ended up, doing something to them where it cost the other person's life. You know what I'm saying? And it was looked at as self defense. So, we don't want to look at race because we want to think like, oh, maybe this don't have nothing to do with race. But then maybe it does. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it does. Because
race
this is
bait.
a student, yeah, who doesn't get in trouble, good grades, you know what I'm saying? Like going somewhere and then depending on where this, I know this happened in Texas or whatever, but what the system like now, the system has never worked for little black boys. You know
Mm-mm.
what I'm saying? So who's to say that the system is working for them right now?
Yeah. Anthony's lawyer said that he would plead not guilty and claim self-defense at his future trial. If convicted, Anthony will not be subject to a sentence of life without parole or the death penalty due to his age. On June 24th, 2025, a grand jury indicted Anthony on charges of first-degree murder. The trial is scheduled for June 1st of 2026, which is around the corner.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe he's gonna get manslaughter though.
I'm just praying, hoping for the best with this situation. Cause if somebody tell you to keep your hand off of them, I feel like you should leave these
Keep your
people alone.
hand off. Yeah, like you should keep your hand off them. And whose tent was it? Like, why couldn't he be up under the tent? Like, why did he have to leave?
And then if it was that much of a problem, why didn't you go get the coach? What was it? What was it bothering you for if he was under the tent? Like,
That your phone, it's going in and out, Shane.
and I said, what business of his is it if he did, um, stay under a tent? It's just too much
You
going
going
on.
in and out.
I said, why was it his business if he was under a tent?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can.
You can't. Can you hear me now?
I can't. No, I
Okay.
can.
You can't. Can you hear me now?
I can't. You got an echo now.
You can't. Can you hear me now? Okay, yeah. It's just that's a tough situation. Cause me personally, I feel like he shouldn't be charged. I feel like it was self defense. What do you feel?
Um, I feel like it was self defense. I definitely feel like it was self defense. I just think some stuff has transpired before that. You know what I'm saying? Like even though they might not have gone to the same school, they've probably been running track against each other for a long time, which means that they've had some other encounters before. But
Yeah,
I just
probably
think
so.
it's more to the story than what's being said. And I think that people trying to cover it up to make it seem like, oh, well, this boy just viciously did this. And I don't think it was a vicious. I think that he was protecting himself.
I
And
truly that he
why
was
you put your
protecting
hands on him anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like why, like I don't know why people feel like they could just put their hands on people and nobody's not gonna do nothing about it.
because people handle stuff in different ways. Like somebody could probably just you could hit them, they could hit you back, or I mean, ain't no telling what Anthony was dealing with when he was under that tent. He could have been stressed out or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just too much.
But we'll
But
see what happened June 1st. I guess after June 1st, we'll come back and see if we could, because they're going to have a gag order. So they're not going to be putting too much in the news, but I'm sure something's going to leak out.
yes, we have to come back to this interview again because it's around the corner.
Oh, your phone messing up, babe.
I said it's around the corner.
Yeah, not too far away. Not too far away.
Yeah, I can. I'm just gonna send a prayer up for him and his family, and a prayer up to Austin and his family. Cause to
Right.
me,
Because
I don't feel like I know
somebody else.
race play a part in it, but it's not about race. They don't have nothing to do with this situation. It's more so about bullying. You know, it don't have nothing to do with race. It just a kid was being bullied. Teacher, people ought to just teach their kids not to bully other people and to keep their hands off of other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. Because I don't even think it would have mattered if the guy was the same race. I feel like it would have been the same outcome. So it's not about the race. It's just about, teaching these kids to stop bullying other kids. And being so mean and stuff. And to mind your business. If he under the tent, that tent don't have nothing to do with you.
Right. You don't own it.
Yeah, but that's all I wanted to just kind of say, to kind of do a rundown on this. The next one I want to talk about, I want to talk about that Shamar case when he killed those his eight, seven of his kids plus a nephew in Shreveport, Louisiana. I want to talk about that one because that one was really tragic.
Yeah, that was real sad. In this case, I don't think it really had anything to do with mental health. I just think that he made a choice. He made a choice. I had saw earlier somewhere where they were saying that he had a girlfriend, I guess, and that the girlfriend had just had a baby. But the other part of that is that the wife had left him. Like she wasn't even with him anymore.
Hmm.
So maybe there was some feeling of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, like you had done already like cheated on her. You done had a baby with somebody else, and why you couldn't just go on with your life? Why would you go to the house and do that?
Yeah. And then you know it's gonna always be some misinformation going on. So you just gotta make sure you just watch the news to get the information because Facebook put some stuff out there that don't even be true. They do it all the time for clickbait and views. But I watch the news to get my information because I don't wanna. Yeah. It's so sad. And then the surviving, one of the kids survived, a 13-year-old survived. And the way that they survived was they had to jump from one roof to another roof to the neighbor house.
Your phone going in and out.
My phone be messing up sometimes. I said, yeah, I want to talk about that situation because
I think the thing that made me the maddest is the fact that he unlocked, like the police unlocked him. But I feel like he should have did time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was the easiest way for him to get away, like get out of it. I hate when that happens when somebody do something and then the police unalive them. Like it's like I'd be aggravated because
me too.
he needed to do time for that.
That was tragic. They need to get should have gave him the electric chairs for that one. They should have did it, but they should have just waited. They should have just arrested him and just gave him the electric chair.
Mm-hmm. I
But
feel like he got off too easy.
yeah. But that's why you have to pay attention to jokes and stuff because his adopted mom, she said that he told her before that if she left him that he was gonna kill her, unalive her. And she was like, he said, I'm just playing. But no, he wasn't playing.
He was talking for real.
That's why you gotta pay
They said
attention
it was
to jokes.
something like on Facebook too that said when because she ended up divorcing him, I think last year. So she ended up divorcing him last year after, like, I guess after she found out about the baby, the new baby, and all that kind of stuff like that. So I wonder if he was gonna go to the house and do something to the lady and the new baby.
Well,
That's what
see, I don't know because when I was reading, it also said, I don't know if this is true. This is just allegedly what they said. They pretty much
Mhm.
said that he went to the girlfriend house and he did take three kids. So I don't know. I gotta kind of dig into that some more because that could have just been some misinformation on Facebook. But I did read something earlier that said something about he took 3 kids from the girlfriend house, and then he went over there and did that to the 4 of the kids over there, plus his nephew. So,
Mm.
but I don't understand how that was, because I seen him on pictures and it looked like his wife had 8 kids.
She did. She had, I think it was two before they got together. It was two before they got together.
Yeah, I gotta. That's still tragic. That is so sad. And the surviving one, he gonna be he gonna be probably traumatized for the rest of his life.
I think everybody gonna be traumatized.
The
Yeah.
the the parents, they made it. The both of the mothers and the girlfriend, they survived. But them little babies, oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know what he was thinking. Like, that was like the most cowardly move he could ever do, and out of anger and jealousy and control.
Yeah, that's so sad. Uh, That's tragic. Now that is the one. Mm-mm-mm. But I'm just praying for the family during that difficult time, cause, and this man was in the army.
I know
That's what
because I
I.
said say something about, oh, maybe it was PTSD. No, I don't think so. I think he just made the decision. He was mad because that lady probably started moving on with her life finally, and he wanted to control the situation.
Yeah, that's what it was. And the guy he got the gun from is in custody too. Charles Ford, he's in custody too.
Mm.
That's so sad. But the 13-year-old was trying to escape. He jumped on top of the roof and was able to jump to the neighbor's house. And it was another one of the kids that they found outside by the roof as well. They didn't make it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It is. It's very crazy. Wow. Yeah, but we gonna come back to this doing an interview when June 1st. Well, around June 1st. I really
Yeah,
feel
see how
I really want to go up there. I think I'm
I
just
don't
gonna.
know what's wrong. You got an echo now. Your phone messing up.
Okay, I'm gonna go on and end it.
I can't hear nothing you saying.